welcome to the JW Marriott Jeju Island. This is about an hour flight from downtown Seoul, South Korea. Right here, it's a little bit different airport than the International Incheon Airport. It's called the Gimpo Airport, but really quick transfer on Jeju Air, and then it was about a little over an hour drive to get from the airport here in Jeju in the north part all the way here to the south part. This is my 16th JW Marriott. This property opened about 1 year ago in about April 2023, and it's one of the coolest, most exclusive, I think, Marriott Bonvoy properties in the world. It's way secluded out here on this island. It has about 200 rooms, and the design here is striking, unlike any design I've ever seen at any other hotel. I can't wait to show it to you. Let's go check out the JW Marriott Jeju. And welcome to our suite. This is our room, Panoramic Suite. Our Suite Night Awards got approved for both nights. This is the newest JW Marriott property in the world and one of the ones I've been most excited to visit. The CEO of Marriott, Anthony, actually just visited this property a few weeks ago, and now I'm so privileged to also get the chance to visit. But look at this beautiful room from our balcony from our suite. I am just so in awe. It is rare to build properties like this these days. Most new luxury hotels, a lot of them, I feel like they go cheap on a lot of things. This place does not. This is one of the coolest resorts. It's not like a city JW Marriott. This is a full-on resort. We're looking way out into the ocean here. There's the island over here, and this hotel actually has a lot of family activities as well. But let's go take a look at our room. This is our beautiful patio. I love the lights. I love it's like a wood floor. The glass, it's just so very nice. I love the chairs as well. They're very padded, very cushioned because you're going to want to sit here and look at the view. Now come on in and welcome to the Panoramic Suite. This design is spectacular. There is nothing in the world that even compares to this. This is something you can't even think this up, this unique design of these yellow tones, which represent Jeju, but you have this really beautiful living area in the suite, and then we have your eye also goes right over here to the beautiful bed, just gorgeous. The ceiling also, how it's tiled like this, there's no really flat walls anywhere except maybe this one, but everything else, just look at its paneling, it's wood paneling. The TV is even built inside the wall here. The floor, it's just such a unique design. You have all these different kinds of wood. You have the lighter wood amongst the darker wood. You have the beautiful carpet and everything, all the colors just flow so beautiful. I love this table. I love this really cool light. It looks so expensive. Beautiful welcome amenity here with a little note that they have for us. Let's see what's inside here. Oh, wow. Okay, so it looks like we have, look at this. We have all kinds of little chips, pastries in here. Look at this. Now this is a welcome gift. You not only got the sweets, you also have the salty stuff because I like salty, but a lot of people like more sweets. And this is the coolest little box a welcome amenity comes in. That is really cool with some, I think, local fruit from the area. Now on the other side of this divider, I love hotels that have this with how the lighting kind of comes through. It kind of separates the rooms. It's just beautiful. And then you can also just flip this like this in case you want to actually see past here. But I just love this. Over here, this is kind of storage area a little bit, but it's mostly, we have all the waters. They're not glass, which is unique. They're like still plastic. So I feel like a resort like this should have glass waters, but that's okay. I think this is a little thing for like making tea. We have the kettle, an espresso machine, and an ice maker. I've never seen a room have an ice maker before. And then down below here we have, these are all drinks for purchase. And then just some storage units with items for purchase. Here's all the beautiful teacups, Nespresso pods. These teas look fantastic. Just look at these premium teas that say JW Marriott. Apparently they actually partnered with local farmers in the area to make these teas. I mean, this is special. That tea is going to be amazing. We even have a cup holder that says JW Marriott Jeju. And then down below here, we even have the reading materials And praise the Lord, we have the New Testament Holy Bible in here. Highly recommend reading it, but that is great. A+ for having that. And a beautiful little kind of booklet that talks all about Jeju, it looks like, and the Marriott here, and all the different facts about the hotel and the area. So that's a really unique book. Okay, cool. And then I'm not really sure what this is. I think it's just a shelving unit for some things, but you have the beautiful paneling that goes all the way around. And it looks like over here in the corner, we even have like a fire extinguisher. And this thing says JW Marriott Jeju on the fire extinguisher. So at least if there's a fire in here, we're gonna be pretty safe. But I have never seen that in my life. That is the fanciest emergency safety thing in any room that I've ever had. All right, now I have to show you the bed area and the bathroom, but it's just so beautiful. It's just gorgeous. I love the colors. Now here we have a giant door. This thing is huge. Look at this. All the way down. So if I want to stay up till 3 in the morning in this room, enjoying the view, enjoying everything, I'm not disturbing whoever is sleeping in the other room. I can just have my own space, or they can have, whoever is in this room can also have their own space. Now here we are, master bedroom. This room is just insane. We have another seating area here. I guess if you want to look in the room here, the view, or just to have like a little room service or pastry, that's unique. It's like an ottoman in front of the bed, but it's a couch ottoman. That's unique. But this bed, this is what I'm talking about when it comes to headboards and beds. Just look at the backdrop here. It's all perfectly lit. I love the paneling. I love how this kind of hugs you really nice. It's just gorgeous. Massive pillows, and the lights on each side of the bed here are just beautiful. So sophisticated. Nightstand on both sides. It looks like we have an air purifier. We have an air purifier there. And then down below here we have all of the controls. And we do have automatic blinds. So if I press this one right here, let me see. This blind is now lowering, which is awesome. Now the curtains are manual, but I just like it when they at least have some sort of automatic blind, and that's the true blackout one. So you close that and the room's gonna be very dark. That is amazing. And now we have another balcony here. But this balcony is also cool. I think this is just what the standard rooms have. The standard rooms, I think, just have a balcony like this, but the panoramic suite not only has this, it also has that whole other one I started the video with. But just look at this view. Another light here, just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Another chair, kind of seating area, and a rack here to like hang your towels or things. All right, now here's the bathroom. We have another huge, solid door to close. And like, look at the detail here. This really cool, how this is cut out here in the wood. Just all the different paneling, colors. And now we're going into this really cool dark bathroom. Dark marble, but it's still like the different tones, kind of like the pattern of the wood in the main room. Beautiful black, how it goes all the way to the ceiling. And this is definitely the biggest tub I've ever had. It looks like a mini pool size, like plunge pool, like in your room. So that's cool. And if you have this door open, you can actually look out here at the beautiful view. But that is a massive tub. And then not only you have the tub, but you have the shower, and you have an opening there so you can actually like step from the shower into the tub. And we do have rainfall shower, which is great. And then over here we have the toilet with its own closing door. But just, it's really cool how the black goes all the way to the ceiling, but it's one of the fancy like Japanese toilets here, how it opens. So that's cool. And then over here we have all the closet space. Now let's take a look and see what we have. So this is like where you hang your belongings up. So this is not the biggest closet space I've seen for a suite, but it's still pretty nice. And this is where we have the robes as well. And look at these robes, A+. Look at this, JW Marriott, and look at how soft that is. This is what I'm talking about when it comes to robes. Like, that is soft, that is padding, feels luxurious. That is a robe. And let's take a look and see if they have the slippers. I don't see any, so that might be a problem. Wait a second. Oh, what do we have here? A+ slippers. Look at these slippers. This is insane. Okay, this is like a AAA+. Look at how thick that is. Look at how squishy that is. Look at how soft it is. The only other place I've seen slippers similar to these is the Ritz-Carlton in Singapore, but it wasn't even this soft up top. It was that huge pad. That is a slipper. A+ slippers, and so many hotels go so cheap on this. We just came from the Conrad Seoul. Those slippers are like sandpaper compared to these. A+ slippers, and that's beautiful. They come in a beautiful little pouch. Those are the biggest slippers I've ever seen. A+. You're gonna be walking around in your slippers. You're gonna be walking around in your robe that's so soft. That is luxury. We also have like this other, oh, that's another robe. It's just another robe that they put there, very nice. Extra towels. Now here's the sinks. I like that you have 2 sinks and you have plenty of counter space. I love how the mirror feature also goes all the way to the ceiling, just spectacular. I love the 2 lights, and these soaps are fancy. These are Bulgari soaps, which Bulgari is actually, you can book it through the Marriott Bonvoy Platinum. Their hotels actually just stayed at the one in Bali. Very nice. I don't know if the review will be up for that yet or not, or if I'll do this one first. But beautiful hotel. But we have the Bulgari soaps here. That is about as luxurious as it can get. So that's really unique. More waters, and then here's like the cups. They actually wrapped them. I've never seen them wrap the glasses in the bathroom before. So that is really unique. And then we have like an ottoman down here. The cool design if you want to be sitting down and getting ready here, because they also have the Dyson air wrap right here in the drawer. About the fanciest, most expensive hair dryer you can get. I'm not saying it works the best, but it's very fancy and nice. It's amazing that they have those A+ amenities. So overall, incredible, amazing lobby, resort, room. I'm in awe. This is just really cool room, really cool lighting. I love the design. It's a privilege and honor to even get to come. I'm so blessed to even be able to visit this place. Exceptional. I love our balconies. I'm so glad we're here for at least 2 nights. This is just the room, but now we're gonna look at the rest of the property. They have a lot of restaurants, activities, beautiful resort grounds, and I can't wait to show it all to you next. Let's take a look. Welcome to the stunning JW Marriott Jeju Island, a brand new luxury resort perched above Korea's most scenic coastline. Set against the dramatic volcanic cliffs, this resort is not just a new hotel, it's a new benchmark for high-end wellness travel in Korea and the world. The property opened in March 2023, and this JW Marriott Jeju Resort is the first JW Marriott Resort property in South Korea, and it's also part of Marriott's growing focus on elevated, nature-forward experiences across Asia. With just under 200 guest rooms and suites, this resort balances refined service, rich local culture, and beautiful designed rooms rooted in Jeju's natural heritage. The resort is located on the southern coast of Jeju Island in Sagwipo, a region famed for its UNESCO World Heritage listed attractions. The property is about an hour drive from Jeju International Airport and easily accessible by private car, as well as when you first arrive at the airport, they do have taxi services available. The hotel is built right alongside Route 7 of the Ali Trail, Jeju's legendary coastal walking path. This segment of trail runs more than 17 kilometers along the sea with panoramic views, coastal forests, and the ocean horizon. Stay tuned to the end of the voiceover part here, and I will give you a full tour of that walking path. It is one of the best hikes I've ever been on in my life. This resort is also an architectural statement. It was designed by Bill Bensley, one of the most respected names in international hospitality design, known for resorts like the Four Seasons Koh Samui. He drew direct inspiration from traditional island farming and fishing villages, building the hotel as a modern tribute to Jeju's rural past. The layout mirrors the low stone walls you see across the island. The gardens mimic local cabbage and mustard fields, and everywhere you look, the materials reflect the surroundings: lava stone, timber, and colors like black, gray, and golden yellow. The latter symbolizing luck and vitality in Korean culture. Even the room design, which you will see, features a lot of golden yellow tones. Even the curves of the rooftop architecture mirror Jeju's iconic Orium Hills, those soft volcanic domes scattered across the island. The result is a space that feels intentionally rooted in place, but still unmistakably modern and luxurious. Our flight was very smooth from Seoul, South Korea, all the way to Jeju Island. They have a lot of flights daily on Jeju Air, which makes it very simple, and it's a very quick flight. It's then about an hour drive by taxi from the airport all the way to the resort. They have taxis available, all waiting to take drivers, so getting a taxi is very convenient. When you first arrive at the resort, you're going to go down this pathway here, and to the left there, those are all the residences, and then you arrive at the main hotel. Now, when we were first there, they only had 89 rooms. Now they have added an additional a little over 100. They said they were building an extra 108 rooms, which puts the property around 200 rooms now. But the arrival area is truly spectacular. When vehicles pull up, it's a circular drive, and it was an intentional design to blend into the natural landscape of the area. The arrival area does not dominate the cliffside. It's set low and discreet, consistent with the overall theme of the property, which is central to the designer. Instead of a large overhang, the entrance unfolds subtle and is framed by natural Jeju basalt stone walls, cabbage fields, and mustard flowers. The choice of materials, volcanic rock, wood, and gold accented stone, reinforces the sense of place that moment a guest steps out of the vehicle. The pull-through area is well shielded from wind and sea spray and is positioned to face away from the ocean, allowing the main dramatic reveal of the view to happen only once you walk into the open-air lobby. The layout was designed to preserve the emotional impact of that first panoramic moment. Upon our arrival, someone shortly came out to assist us with the luggage, and then we were escorted in here to the lobby where we were able to sit down for a sit-down check-in. Now, this lobby is truly spectacular. It is so unique, unlike anything else you will ever experience in your life. And this lobby was one of the main reasons I wanted to visit this hotel. It is stunning. Here's the overall resort map. Feel free to pause it, but it's actually really spread out. Staying at this resort is a whole experience in and of itself. In fact, during our stay, we never left the resort. We stayed here the whole time, so I'm honestly not even sure what there is to do outside of the resort here. We definitely could look into it, but we just enjoyed the resort. Everyone was friendly. This is one of their books that they have around property and in some of the guest rooms. Here was the welcome. It's not a welcome drink. It's actually a welcome ice cream, and it is corn flavored. I've never had corn flavored ice cream before, so it tasted like sweet corn in a sweet, yummy ice cream flavor, which was really unique. Here's the overall guide to the hotel. They actually have 5 different food and beverage outlets. We were able to experience a couple of them, which was just an amazing experience. You will not want to miss the Flying Hog restaurant. I did a full part of this voiceover more towards the middle of this section, highlighting the dinner experience, but it was one of the best dinner experiences. It was the best dinner experience of our life. Absolutely perfect. Here's some close-up shots of the different things of the lobby. It ties in a lot of the local Jeju Island heritage and design, including like the little birds that they have, as well as the different sculptures. But what makes the lobby special is definitely the tree that they have right in the center. It's just so unique. And then the ceiling, all the indented wood, it's just so unique design. Even the front desk, it's just stunning. You just want to stay there and just keep looking at it. As you walk through the lobby, it's open air. You walk right outside, where then you have the beautiful panoramic views looking out over towards the resort and the ocean in the distance. Our check-in experience went somewhat smooth. It just seemed like it took them a while to check us in. We also did have a nightly upgrade award confirmed for the Panoramic Suite, which I highly recommend using if you can. They don't have very many of them. I think they only have about 6. But it is the best room because it's located on the end. But it finally was ready. They brought the bags with us to the room, and along the walk to the room, we got to learn a lot about the resort and take in the beautiful sights. They have different water features. They have the beautiful walking path that takes you all the way down and across the bridge over to the main elevators, which are connecting the resort. So it's just a little bit of walking, but you definitely don't mind it because even while you're walking, everywhere you're looking, it's just stunning. You can even look out into the distance there and see the little island. So it definitely feels very tropical, rejuvenating, relaxing, and you truly have space to connect with nature and relax. The walk here to the guest rooms is actually one of the most signature architectural experience of the entire resort. From the open air lobby, you then cross this narrow elevated stone bridge that stretches across an interior courtyard void. And then to the right inside is the elevators that take you to every part of the resort, including the guest rooms, spa, pools, and restaurants. Otherwise, to the side here, you can walk out on the terrace, which offers stunning views. To the right here, on the other side, there's the main ocean-facing terrace, and then directly ahead here is what many guests describe as the Lookout Lounge. It's an intentionally placed seating zone framed by full-height glass, and this lookout is meant to be a quiet, meditative area where guests can pause before transitioning into the private side of the resort. It features lounge chairs and small benches, soft lighting and wood-clad walls, a panoramic view of the coastline and volcanic landscape, as well as the beautiful hotel pool and grounds. This moment was designed by Mr. Bensley as a threshold space, a pause between the communal energy of the lobby and the stillness of the guest rooms. It encourages you to slow down and notice the view. This design is so unique because it allows you to have a full overview of the resort with all the water features, the pool areas, the family areas. You can even see their garden. But the pool is really cool because it's an infinity edge pool. They also have a whole play area for kids outside and an inside play area, which I will show you later. Now, from there, you can then grab the elevators downwards to the guest room floors. This area is also spectacular with the high ceilings, the wood tones. The elevators then take you down to the rooms, which are located on levels 3, 5, and 6. This is currently on level 8, and there's kind of the guide to the other rooms. The elevator cascades down towards the ocean with the beautiful glass, so it's really a special experience. You can tell a lot of thought was put into the design of the hotel, and it is a whole experience because once you exit the lobby, you walk across the cool bridge. You get to look at the lookout area, and then the elevator here really sets the tone as you cascade downwards, looking out at the incredible view. Now, the guest room floors are all stunning. No detail was left out, from the floors to the ceiling to the walls, the paneling, the wood tones, every little lighting element. It is beautiful. And then you also have the beautiful golden yellow tones here, even in the hallways walking to the room, which is a signature color of Jeju and the surrounding areas. Down below, you can also notice there are little birds along the walkway, each lit, which also represents Jeju, as they do have a lot of different birds. But the hallways are spectacular. We were escorted all the way down to our room. The room was everything I hoped for and more. When we arrived, the bags were promptly delivered, and then everything in the room was explained to us about how everything worked. But the design is stunning, and I look for resorts around the world that have a design at this level, because there's no flat walls. There's pretty much just beautiful wood tones, even the ceiling. The beautiful design of the walkout terrace here at the very end of the building, the furniture, the color tones, even the flooring, how it's the different texturing of the wood. It's so expensive, it feels so luxurious, and it's a place you just want to stay. You want to relax in the room just as much as you're relaxing in the other parts of the resorts. One of the best features, of course, is the bathroom with the large soaking tub, which is an incredible design. But definitely watch my full room tour, which I already did in the video, as you won't want to miss any detail of this stunning panoramic suite. Now, from our hallway, from our room, we're just backtracking here, going back to the guest elevators here, because on the same floor actually is the Island Kitchen, which I believe is the hotel's signature restaurant, as it serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Now, the design here is stunning. We decided to have dinner here, and it was an experience, just the most beautiful design. Just look at everything from the floor, the ceiling, the lights, just amazing. Now, I wish the service was as good as the design, but unfortunately for dinner, the service was not good at all. In fact, it was the only negative experience of our whole stay at Jeju. The dinner experience here didn't match anything else or any other service we had at the whole trip, which was very interesting. Unfortunately, the burgers that we ordered arrived cold. The fries were cold. They also didn't have an English speaker to help us. There also wasn't anyone to refill our water. There was no bread. And then at the end, no one brought the check. So we were just kind of left to kind of leave on our own terms. The hotel did make up for it, apologized, and they made up for it at breakfast and in other areas. So it all worked out, but it was extremely disappointing our first night to have such bad service. No one even there to check in on us. Now, this is the dinner buffet. We ordered the a la carte burgers, but you can also decide to do the buffet here, which is about $120,000 per person of their money, which actually was kind of expensive. That's why we just did an a la carte item, which the burgers came out to about 20 USD each. But the buffet is stunningly gorgeous. Like, the design is like no other. It's an experience just to go get your food. Like, I would highly recommend doing it for at least one night. This is the island kitchen during the morning, as this is the breakfast experience. Everything was a completely different in the morning. Like, it wasn't even the same restaurant. Service was perfect, friendly. They couldn't do enough for us. We had an amazing seat, and it's just beautiful. We wanted to relax at breakfast for so long just to look around at the beautiful view. The best part of breakfast is everyone gets a beautiful little tray here of croissants, as well as some truffle butter and regular butter, and then jelly. Those were the best croissants I've ever had in my life. Now here's the breakfast menu. You can basically order one thing on here for complimentary. If you have platinum, titanium, or ambassador elite status with Marriott, you can choose breakfast as the welcome gift, and you get 2 complimentary breakfasts. The additional breakfasts you do have to pay for, but you can always just choose to order some a la carte options, which definitely is a better value. We also got some cappuccinos. They had green drinks, and the breakfast was actually really stunning. I decided to get the like steak and eggs. It did like usually have a steak and a shrimp, but I just opted to get double steak. They also brought like a little treat. And then this is a look at the buffet for breakfast, because if you don't do the menu, you can do the buffet. Now this is not included for complimentary if you're an elite member, but you can pay to experience the breakfast buffet. It's very similar to the dinner buffet, a lot of beautiful items. If I come back here, I definitely will want to probably do this at least one time for breakfast, because they not only have all kinds of egg dishes and things, they also have a lot of other types of food dishes, including like chicken and more sustainable options, which was really excellent. Now heading back around here on the same floor, the 3rd floor, which Island Kitchen is at, it's also a place where you can access the hotel's pool. The Infinity Edge pool is stunning. You can not only access it from this level, but you can also access it walking up the stairs from the hotel grounds. But I want to take you on a tour of it from here. The pool is definitely one of the most unique pools I've found in the world. It's definitely, I'd say, on my maybe top 5 to 10 list for pools in different countries. The pool area has a little hut here when you first walk out, where you can basically get towels. They also have like a little bar in the little hut where you can order things. But the design is really unique. As soon as you step out here, you have the little like ducks, which are a symbol of Jeju. And then you have the beautiful entrance to the pool. Now, the one thing about the pool is I wish that they had more staff to help you like get seated and check in on you. Unfortunately, there was no one like to bring us towels or like get us situated. You kind of had to go get the towels yourself and then like find a seat. So that's definitely something that they can improve upon. Now to the left are the cabanas. They were under construction while we were here, so they're still finishing those, but by now they should be completely done and make it an elevated pool area. The design of the pool is really unique. They have like kind of the little stubby palm trees there, which is, they don't have like the full-size palm trees, just kind of like the little ones, but it was still a very nice design. I like the tiling in the bottom of the pool, just the different blue tones, really unique. And then you're looking out into the distance of the island and then the ocean, and then they also have a really unique art piece. It's those colorful rocks kind of right in the center of the resort. I'm not sure if they're going to keep that art piece there, if they switch it out. I didn't really think it matched the rest of the resort, those neon rocks, but I guess it's a very expensive and unique art piece, so that's why they have it. But overall, they also had the little bubblers that you could activate, so you could sit there in like the little bubblers and look out at the beautiful view. The pool here is located near the central terrace of the resort and is heated year-round. So it was a very comfortable temperature, not like a hot tub, but just warm enough so it's not like uncomfortable. They also have the lounge chairs. I at least like that they had the thick cushions on the lounge chairs, and then when the cabanas are done, that will be very nice. It also is positioned right on the cliffside, so it has incredible views. They also had like some kind of seating tables there. I feel like that might be for special events, kind of next to the pool. I really enjoyed the pool because you not only have the beautiful view of the landscape, but you can also look behind you and see the beautiful guest rooms and the resort itself, just perched right here in the cliffside, which is just stunning. Down below there you can see a beautiful walking path, which I will take you on that full tour towards the end of this voiceover, so again, you don't want to miss that part. But the architecture of this resort is just breathtaking. The view is breathtaking. Everything is just so special. Down below here we have the little kids area with a very shallow pool, and then some of the days they actually have a Marriott Bonvoy moment where they have a complimentary like drink and some little food items that they bring out to the pool if you are an elite member with Marriott, I believe, platinum and higher. There's like the pool bar, you can order some items, and then earlier I just showed a quick peek at the menu. You can also see this was the workers working on the cabanas, so it definitely should be done by now and definitely elevate it to a new experience. Now around the corner as you walk down the stairs and just a short walk, you can get to the indoor pool. So this hotel not only has the most insane infinity edge pool, it also has an amazing indoor pool. It's really beautiful, it's large, and the design is really unique. They have plenty of seating areas. They also have changing rooms, lockers, I'll show you later. And they also have a whole area for the kids with a really cool water feature and play area. The pool here is part of the larger wellness complex. The space includes the pools here. It also has hot tubs in here and then the sprinklers for the kids. The area was spacious, tiled in natural stone and filled with daylight from floor to ceiling windows. It was kept at a comfortable temperature for laps or casual floating. They also had the really nice hot tub areas, and then they had another kind of kiddie pool, and then the kiddie play area with the sprinklers. But it's just beautiful that they literally have all the different options that you need. And here there was someone to give you towels, so it was a little bit better experience. Now from the indoor pool here, you can walk right outside. Here you can see the fitness center to the left, which I will show you later. And then to the right, you actually have a whole little play area for kids outside with little sand and bridges. It's like an obstacle course. So this is definitely a great family resort. It reminds me of a lot of like really high-end like Ritz-Carlton reserves or some even St. Regis resort properties that have like kid areas. This one goes above and beyond because they have the whole outside area here for the kids. They also have the sprinklers inside by the indoor pool area. By the outdoor pool area, they also have the little play area for the kids in that shallow pool. And then they also have a whole like play place inside, which is like a lot of toys, which I will show you later just for kids. They also have an outdoor shower here, and then they have, this is just an up close look at the obstacle course for kids. So this would definitely be the place you're going to want to hang out and have fun. Now here's that replay area for the kids that I was talking about earlier. They have so many different toys, activities, and it's actually pretty large. So if you're thinking about bringing your kids on the most extremely amazing vacation ever, this is the place. They have all the places outside. They have by the indoor pool, and then you can also have them come here where they can just play. They have even like the rock climbing. They have books, and it's just the coolest design, and it even has a view looking out towards the pool. Here's kind of the different kids activities that you can do as well. They have kids adventures. As you continue around, you're going to notice the beautiful hotel grounds. The entire property was well designed to feel like a modern interpretation of a Jeju farming village, with tiered basalt stone terraces, the low walls, and winding paths that follow the shape of the island's lava flows. You'll see clusters of native plants, including camellias, mustard blossoms, and Korean cabbage, woven into the garden design, a nod to the island's agricultural roots. There are walking paths that run throughout the resort, some for leisure, some connecting the public spaces, and others that lead directly to the lookout point over the East China Sea. At sunset, the lighting is softened and warm, which really brings out the natural hues of the stone and wood. Here we are heading to the kids kind of play area. They were doing some maintenance on it, but this is the area here that's very shallow for kids. It also has like the little like bubble chairs that you can sit in. So just so many different features. I wish this was open while we were here, but unfortunately it was not. Now there's that play over there to the left, and then heading up the stairs here, we're going to get right back to the main outdoor infinity edge pool. So this way you can kind of understand where everything is located on property. Great, now we're going to head back down to level 2, which was where the indoor pool was. When you get down here, you actually walk down this long hallway here, which takes you to the locker rooms, as well as the reactivate gym. But again, the design is just incredible. Here are the locker rooms, but real quick, we want to take a look at the fitness center. Just scan your key card and you'll enter, but even the doors to the fitness center, the wood in the fitness center, this is a fitness center. This is an amazing design. Like, they put a lot of thought and effort into this. Using the treadmills was incredible. Looking out there at the beautiful view, they had a lot of fitness equipment. It's one of the most perfect, visually stunning fitness centers I've ever seen. You also have the free weights. You also have the stretching area with the mat and then the stretching balls and then more treadmills. So definitely very exclusive and beautiful. Right outside from the fitness center, you also do have the locker room, which is just as nice. I just love the design. When you first walk in, you kind of wind around, but look at all the tiling on the walls, the golden yellow tones. Like, every part of this resort will blow your mind. Here's the locker rooms. Now, unfortunately, they were all like empty. There were no robes or slippers in them. So I'm not sure what was going on there. I think that they need to definitely keep those fully stocked. But inside, they also have the changing areas. They have places to wash up. They also have toilets. They have showers. And then they have an area where you can do your hair. They have the Dyson blow dryer. So definitely a lot of different details and just really beautiful design. Here's a close-up look at one of the showers. Just stunning. I mean, they put so much money into this resort. It's an experience in and of itself. So you're definitely going to want to use the fitness center, the pool. You're going to want to go to the changing room. And then on the same floor, they also have the Connect relaxing area. Here they do like some different, I think, yoga sessions or stretching sessions. But when it's not in use as guests, you can just come into this quiet area and relax. I brought a yoga mat and roller over here from the gym, so I was able to just stretch out, relax in here, and just take in the moment. But it's just pure wood. They have the different air cleaners in the room, and then here is the spa, also located on the same level. The spa is beautiful, visually stunning. As soon as you walk in, there's no windows or natural light, but the lighting from the lights in the ceiling, around the desk, it's just really beautiful. Service was spectacular. This is the relaxation area where you can relax before your treatment. I also did have the opportunity to have an exclusive look at their treatment facilities. As you pass the front desk, you walk down this hallway, and then here's one of the beautiful treatment rooms. I love all the stone design. If I was going to get a treatment, I definitely would love to get a treatment here. They also have private areas here where you can shower and wash up. Next up, we want to go take a look at the lounge. The lounge is located kind of on the other side of the property, but it's just another breathtaking experience. They have not only outside seating areas, they also have inside seating areas. You can access it from a couple different entrances. The lounge offers a lot of different pastries and coffees. The lounge is a quiet, elegant space perfect for tea, desserts, or light midday meal. It's known for its afternoon tea set, which is served on a multi-tiered tray inspired by the 5 small islands of Jeju. Tea and coffee are collaborations with local Jeju artisans and roasteries. It has comfortable seating with views over the sea, plus desserts crafted with seasonal island ingredients. This is a great space for reading, relaxing, or just soaking in the natural beauty without needing a full meal. Now up one level to level 7, which is where the Flying Hog restaurant is. Now, we were skeptical for our last dinner where we were going to eat, and we ultimately decided to eat here because the chef actually met with us during our tour and said he would make our dinner very special. And it is still to this day the best food dining experience I've ever had in my life, by far. If you're planning a special dinner during your stay, the Flying Hog is the restaurant to book. It's not only the resort's flagship dining experience, but it's also one of the most design-forward and ingredient-driven restaurants on Jeju Island. The Flying Hog is built around open-fire cooking, and the entire space revolves around a custom wood-burning grill, designed to showcase Korean meats, seafood, and seasonal vegetables in their most elemental form. You can actually watch the chefs working the flame from nearly every table, which adds a sense of theater and warmth to the whole experience. The philosophy here is all about locally sourced ingredients, cooked over flame with minimal intervention, letting the raw quality of the product speak for itself. Signature dishes include grilled Jeju black pork belly, one of the island's most prized delicacies. They also have an aged ribeye, which is dry aged in-house. They have a whole roasted local snapper. They also serve a curated tasting menu that can be paired with Korean spirits, wine, or craft cocktails. Now I want to take you through our full dining experience. You can experience it like you were actually having dinner here at the Flying Hog. To start, the head chef and our waiter introduced themselves and explained to us about the restaurant. Now, the plates on the table there were actually just for decoration. They actually removed those. And then they brought us some non-alcoholic special champagne to get started. They also then brought us some fresh baked bread that they just roasted over the open flame with a little butter and then a really yummy, it's like half of a tangerine that you actually put inside. Next, they delivered an appetizer, which is a special cream soup. The soup was delicious. Next, they brought some roasted duck. They brought the lamb steaks here, lamb chops, and then they also brought us different things to sample. I believe this was part of the menu where you basically, it's like a full experience. You get all kinds of different items to try, but they kept bringing us like more things. They also brought us this yummy pasta dish with duck inside, and they almost gave us like unlimited refills. Like if we used it and we wanted more, they just brought it and they never charged us for the extra. They even brought us yummy little pastries afterwards. They kept refilling our water. There also was like the really nice towels. We also ordered more bread. Just every detail was fantastic. This restaurant also has its own little outside terrace area here, and at nighttime it really comes to life. This is where you're going to want to be. The view here is spectacular, especially for sunset, because you can look out at the whole resort and it's breathtaking. The beautiful pink purple sunset and then all the beautiful lanterns, and you're just looking outside here from sitting in at the Flying Hog restaurant. It's just spectacular, magical. The experience was unreal. Now coming down to the lower entrance area of the resort, this side of the hotel has a completely different energy. While the main lobby above is all about calm and scenic arrival, the conference and events wing has a slightly more formal yet still beautifully designed feel. They also have a couple dining venues here you won't want to miss. This is also the large courtyard area that you can view while walking across that stone bridge to your room right there in front. It's absolutely stunning, this masterpiece in the central area of the resort, really tranquil, offering incredible experience and views of the architecture of the building. You can also walk here directly from the lounge, which I already gave the tour of, but there's the entrance to the lounge right there. This is home to the dancing Durumi and woodpecker meeting rooms, which during our stay they also had as like kind of a area where you could grab some pastries, and they also had a coffee bar. Now, if they do have like probably a big wedding or event, they probably won't have these set up, but during our stay there was no special events here, so they had it set up for you. Now you can also access this area of the resort by taking the elevator that's located in the lobby down here. Otherwise you have to take the elevator here back up, and then you can walk along the stone bridge, and then you can get back to your guest room from there. This area is stunning. The design is incredible. This would be the perfect place for like a wedding or special event. It's just magical. All the beautiful tones, and then inside here they do have all the different pastries you can grab. They were actually really good. We did try a few of them, and then they have a whole coffee bar with drinks for purchase. You can just charge it right to your room. But it's cool how they use this space when there's no meetings to actually promote the hotel with different food, drinks, and then they also have like a little retail shop where you can get hats, clothes, and then other really cool souvenirs to remember your stay. They even had like Marriott Bonvoy hats and merch and just really unique items. They also have some fridges there with some cold items and different desserts. They also have the whole seating area they set up, so you actually can make yourself very comfortable. There's plenty of seating chairs, but it's just a beautiful space that is not wasted, even when there's no meetings happening. Now, the meeting rooms here are stunning. They also have beautiful views looking out into the garden areas, but look at the lighting fixture there in the ceiling and how sophisticated the wood paneling is on the ceiling. Look at the tones, the floor. They do not build meeting rooms up to this standard anywhere else in the world that I've seen. No expense was spared in any way. I would love to have a meeting here. This place is gorgeous, and then these are the beautiful bathrooms here in the lobby. They also have a bridal room for the weddings. Stunning. Now here we are, the part you've been waiting for. This is the beautiful scenic tour of the walking path directly in front of the resort here along the beautiful cliffside. And I have to say, this next walk is something that absolutely cannot be missed. Right outside the hotel, there's a beautifully designed pathway that connects directly with Route 7 of the Jeju Island Trail, one of the island's most beloved hiking routes. This part of the trail is famous for its stunning coastal cliffs, panoramic sea views, and volcanic rock formations, and the JW Marriott has done an incredible job integrating with it. It's an incredible location to just walk right down and enjoy this incredible scenic hike, one of the best hikes I've ever been on in my life. Right outside the lower level conference wing, past the meeting rooms and the charming dancing Durumi sculptures, as well as at the very bottom of the pool, if you continue walking out, is where we find the coastal trail access. It's one of the most iconic of all 28 trails that make up the 425-kilometer loop around the island. And this part, it's arguably one of the most stunning on the whole route. The walkway hugs the dramatic black volcanic cliffs of the southern coast, offering panoramic views of the ocean as it crashes below. The trail is beautifully maintained with a series of wooden boardwalks, smooth stone paths, and occasional shaded seating areas. If you're staying at the JW, this trail couldn't be more convenient. It's literally just steps away and at the best part of the path that everybody wants to be on. You don't need to be a seasoned hiker to enjoy it either. It's accessible, peaceful, and incredibly photographic. Now, as you begin the walk, one of the first scenic areas you'll pass is a stone lookout point with built-in seating, a perfect place to pause and take in the open sea. This spot is not just decorative, it's part of the hotel's intentional integration with the island's topography. The vegetation here is lush, with low shrubs and native Jeju greenery flanking the walkways. Now, you definitely won't have time to do the full hike because it actually is pretty long, but when you go down to the bottom of the resort of the JW, I recommend turning left, and this way definitely has a lot more beautiful viewing spots than the other way. So you're going to walk along all these beautiful paths. It's literally the most beautiful hike I've ever been on in my life. Okay, now for the review of the JW Marriott Jeju Island. So I'm going to start with the room 5 out of 5. One of the most impressive rooms I've ever stayed in my life. Every single room here is this same beautiful design with all the wood tones, the yellow tones, the different textures on the walls, the floors, beautiful furniture. The hotel's only a year old. Everything is gorgeous, clean, and breathtaking views. Now, some of the rooms just have garden views only, and then a lot have beautiful ocean views like this. So the ocean views definitely are going to be a little bit nicer, but the rooms are just still all insane. Next up is going to be Inspiration, 5 out of 5. This hotel is one of the most unique in the world. It's a resort, really secluded in the middle of almost nowhere, Jeju Island. I'd never heard of it before. It's very popular for South Koreans to visit here for their vacations, not so much for more like international visitors, but it's a beautiful island. But this hotel, there's none like it on this island. This is so new, so modern, so just spectacular. So many amazing restaurants, the lobby, the arrival area, just gorgeous. Next up is going to be service. Now service, I'm going to give a 4.75 out of 5. Normally I don't give the quarter points off, but service here, let me start, it is very good. Check-in associates were just so kind. They showed us to our room. Dinner here at the Flying Hog was the best dinner service we've almost ever had. They brought us so many amazing little free things too with our meal. The food was excellent. They kept checking in on us. They couldn't do enough for us. Both days at breakfast was just fantastic, the best service ever. Housekeeping has been great. There's just a few things that I couldn't let it slip. The biggest thing was the first night we arrived, we went to the island restaurant to have dinner, and it was the complete opposite experience. It's actually probably the worst service I've had at a hotel in the last 12 months. They sat us down, and then no one brought us menus. I had to flag someone down to ask for a menu, and then when they took our order, they couldn't really understand English. So I had to get out my translator for a couple things. It was really awkward. And then when the burger and fries came, the fries were cold. and not one time the whole meal did anyone check in on us. They also never even refilled our water, and then at the end no one came to give us the check. So we just kind of got up and then walked out to the reception area and paid there, but just it was literally the worst. And then ever since that, breakfast, the other dinner at Flying Hog have just been like the most perfect, but I can't just get over that. Also, the pool areas, there's like lifeguards, but they don't actually like take you to a seat and sit you down and put your towel out. They just kind of like stand there, you kind of like do it yourself. And then also like when we first arrived to the property for the first time, no one was there to like open our doors or like, where is everyone? And then once we're kind of out of the car getting our bags out, then someone came from the lobby out to help us. But I think for a resort, especially that's this expensive, those things should never happen. So that's just why I had to take a little bit off, but otherwise it's still a great score. Everything else has just been flawless service. Finally, value, what I returned, definitely 5 out of 5. One of the best resorts in the world, such a beautiful design, beautiful location. We've just stayed at the hotel the whole time. There's still so much to do, and it's also very family friendly. They have more kid activities here than probably anywhere else. They have their own like kid room area. They have like a kid pool area. It's just so family friendly, but just a beautiful property overall. Can't wait to return. Pricing is about $750 US per night, give or take, you know, 100 here or there. This room is about $1,300 per night for the Panoramic suite. They only have 6 of these on the whole property. They have about 89 to 91 guest rooms, they said right now. Online it advertises at like 197, and that's because they're getting ready to build like another wing on the property that's going to add about 108 more guest rooms, give or take or so, but those that has not began yet. But so really exclusive hotel with just under 100 rooms, but just gorgeous. If you're looking to stay here though, I highly recommend using your Marriott Bonvoy points. It's an incredible value if you can find a standard redemption rate, which is going to be probably about 60 to 70,000 points a night. It's hard to find. I had to book this way far out and keep checking because usually they just offer you the suite to use your points on, which is like 130,000 points, which is not the best deal. And then when you book a room here, you can use nightly upgrade awards if you have them to request this room. They only have 6. They said a lot of times they get denied. So we were just blessed that it went through both nights for us. But otherwise, you still won't be disappointed. Even the other rooms, or if they can upgrade you to at least a little bit better view or at least a different kind of smaller junior suite, they're still going to be just as fantastic and incredible. We're heading back to Seoul now for the rest of the South Korea trip. Can't wait to show you the next hotel.